I'm about to do Todd's book tag. This is from Todd the librarian, and I'll put a link to his channel in the description box. I think that this is a fun one. He created it himself. I would like to create one myself, but everybody's always taking all the questions that I would ask, so who knows, maybe in the future I'll create one. But I thought, sure, I'm going to do Todd's book tag. So here we go. Have you ever regretted joining BookTube? Nope, not at all, never. Number 2, what is the last theater movie that you walked out on? This summer, I walked out of The House, that horrible, horrible, idiotic comedy with Will Ferrell and Amy Poehler. That was bad. Number 3, what character do you remember the most and you can't name any Harry Potter or Twilight characters? Trust me, I won't. I will never rave about Harry Potter or Twilight. No offense to anybody. Okay, Cthulhu. I would go on and on about Cthulhu. He's very memorable. I would remember him the most. Funny thing is he was only actually in one Lovecraft story, but all the other writers that have picked up the Cthulhu, well, not the Cthulhu, but the Lovecraftian mythos. Yeah, and I guess the Cthulhu mythos, yes, they write lots of stories about him, but he's the one that started Cthulhu in one of his stories. I love the character. He's a big octopus with wings and legs, so awesome. Okay, number 4. Which classic novel do you feel in tune with or identify with the main character the most? Well, that would be House on the Borderland by William Hope Hodgson. It's a classic horror novel, and it's really, really good. I mean, it was written a long time ago, but yet I think it was like in the 20s or maybe even the late 19th century. I'll have to check on that. It's been a while since I've read it, but it's a really creepy, involving story. Loved it. And it is considered one of the horror classics. Okay, number 5. If you could meet anyone from history, who would it be? Jack the Ripper. I don't want to meet him as a victim, though. I would just like to meet him to see who he is. I mean, I want to know. There's lots of speculation, but there's no real proof. And I would love to talk to this guy and know what his motivations were and who he was as a person. I think that that would be very interesting. I do not admire the guy, but I would love to find out this information because it's like one of those unsolved mysteries. Okay, number 6. The apocalypse strikes and you can only take one of your books into the wasteland with you. Which book do you take? Well, that would be Stop Negative Thinking by Doc Orman, MD. Because, you know what, if you're in a wasteland after the apocalypse, you're going to be thinking very negatively all the time, and maybe this book would help you to think more positive in a situation where it's extremely hard to find any positivity. Okay, number 7. If you could write a masterpiece, what would your subject matter or genre of choice be? Definitely would be horror. And my subject matter would not be zombies, vampires, paranormal, romance, nothing like that. I would try to be creative, but if I wrote, I would write horror. Okay, number 8. If you were a drink, what would you be? Well, of course, a Bloody Mary, because that sounds the most gruesome, doesn't it? And I'm really into horror, you know, blood horror. Okay, and there's that urban legend about Bloody Mary. What is it? You stand in front of the mirror and say Bloody Mary so many times. Everybody has that urban legend in their childhood. Supposedly it's happened everywhere in every state, but okay. Anyway, yes, a Bloody Mary. Number 9. What is your favorite foreign language book? None. I don't read foreign language books. I don't even think I've read any. Well, yes, I have. I've read one translated book. I hesitate to call it my favorite, though, because the book pissed me off, and I had nothing to compare it to. I mean, how do you call the only foreign language translated into English book your favorite when you're not even sure it would have been a favorite. But the one that I read that was translated was The Dinner. Okay, and that was by, let me see, Herman Koch. Okay, number 10. What separates us from other life forms on Earth? Well, the fact that we are human. That is what separates us. We have human thought, human feelings, and so on. Okay, well, I would like to tag some people to do Todd's book tag, because I think it's fun, and they might appreciate it. So I am going to tag the following people. Read to Me at Midnight, Gerard the Bookworm, Alex Black, and Rita Books. Okay? Those are who I'm tagging, and I'll put them in the description box below as well. And you know what? Anybody that wants to do it, feel free. I'm sure Todd wouldn't mind. Alright, thanks for stopping by.